So today I'm going to start the methanol install on my 2015 Taurus Performance package. This is the ALKY kit. I got it from Livernois. Everything came shipped real nice and comes in a box full of packing peanuts, all sorts of padding so nothing gets messed up. The pump right there was wrapped up real nice in this bubble wrap, and yeah, super happy with the shipping and packaging and all that stuff. Anyway, so I got everything laid out here. I kind of wanted to see all the components first before I started to put them on the car. It comes with some generic instructions. They're not tailored exactly to a Taurus. They're just kind of a universal install. But you got the low alcohol sensor warning wiring diagram. Here's for the map sensor. It tells you which wires go where. It tells you how to install the relay, which wires go where. I'm going to tap it into fuse 46. From doing some research online and reading some other guys' posts, that's where they had said was a good place to go. And then it comes with pictures. Not the best pictures. They look like they were taken quite some time ago with a terrible camera. And like I said, they are not exactly catered towards a Taurus install, but it tells you how to mount the nozzle, tank assembly, some more wiring stuff, here, mounting the control box and stuff like that. So yeah, this is everything laid out that comes in the kit, and I've kind of moved everything to where it's going to be connected. It looks like a whole lot, but after reading the instructions and the wiring, it doesn't look like it's going to be too terribly bad. So let's get to it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get the front bumper off. It was not hard at all. I didn't have to jack up the car or anything. You're going to need a 5.5mm socket and a Phillips head, an 8mm and a 10mm, and you've got 3 screws on this side that hold the wheel liner to the back side of the bumper. And then you're either going to have a screw or a push clip which goes up into here. Along the bottom of the bumper, which you can just slide underneath, there's 5 or 6 of these screw-in clips. Those have to come out, and then these same screws are also the same over on the driver's side over here. So once you get that off, you can kind of pull on the corner of the bumper here, pull it out, and then pull it towards you, which will slide the whole bumper forward, and then you can get down and undo the connection for the running lights. Same on the passenger side. Grab the corner a little bit, pull it towards you. It takes a little bit of force to get it out, but it's just clips that are into here to get the bumper off. And then you've got one connection right here for ambient air sensor, which does not have to be unplugged. I don't know why I did unplug that. You've got to take off the top piece here, just a couple 8s, 10s, and clips, and that's it. Then the bumper's off. It was not hard at all. The car does not have to be jacked up to do this. Second thing you're going to do is take off the engine cover. I've got mine over there on the ground. That's easy. That's just oil cap. Pull off the cover, replace the oil cap so nothing falls in there. And next thing I'm going to do is get this air filter out of here so we got more room. Alright, so with the front bumper off, we have easy access to the area where we're going to mount the pump. This is the driver's side right beneath the headlight here. So what I did is I found a piece of thin steel. It's this piece right back here that I just had laying around the garage. This kit does not come with any sort of mounting bracket, so you are responsible for finding a way to mount the pump yourself. So anyways, found this piece of steel in my garage. It's got like a 90-degree bend at the top with this lip, so undid these 2 screws here, laid that lip on top of this mounting bracket, tightened these screws back up, and then marked where the 4 holes to mount the pump are going to be. It's kind of hard to see here. Anyways, got those holes drilled out, ran the self-tappers through. Everything is good and solid. It's got a little bit of wiggle to it, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal at all. Next thing to do was to install the fittings onto the pump. In the directions, it says over and over again not to over-tighten these fittings. So you want to make sure the nozzle must be the highest point of the system, the pump must be the lowest point of the system, and then the tank is the midpoint of the system. And then these fittings come with Teflon tape already on them from LMS or ALKY, I'm not sure which one installs the Teflon for you, but anyways, the Teflon is already on the fitting, so you get them hand tight and then go another half to full turn. So I was able to get them as tight as I possibly could by hand to where they were pointing straight up, and then I just use an adjustable wrench to tighten them down another half turn. But they are good and tight, and I made sure not to over tighten them because I didn't want to crack the pump housing. So next, I believe we're going to run the lines and go start messing with the tanks. So a couple more things about the pump. Originally I had this mounting bracket right here mounted through these two screws, but when I tried to put the bumper back on to test fit, the back of the daytime running light or LED light, whatever's on the bumper, is right in this area here, and with it plugged in through this plug was interfering with the pump, so I couldn't get the bumper to go on fully. So I had to scrap that idea, and then I just moved the entire pump and mounting bracket over here, almost touching the horns. I can get about a finger in between the pump and the horns. So just make sure when you're doing it to slide this bracket over as close to the inside of the car as possible, or else you may have mounting problems with the bumper. And second thing is there's a nice screw right up there. You can see where this white wire is going to. That's the ground straight off the pump, so it just has to be connected to ground, and there's a perfect little ground screw right there. Alright, next up over here on the passenger side is we're going to take out the factory windshield washer fluid reservoir. So this is going to turn into the reservoir that holds the methanol, and then provided with the kit is this medium-sized reservoir, which is going to hold windshield washer fluid, and then this tiny reservoir, which will be used to fill this reservoir by probably drilling a hole here, putting this adapter into the bottom of it, running a hose from this adapter into the cap of this, that way be able to have this small reservoir mounted somewhere in the engine bay, and then this reservoir down here somewhere, so we can still have windshield washer fluid for the car. So let's get this factory washer fluid reservoir out of here. It's easy, just two hose connections. Move them out of the way. Alright, next we're going to remove the pump because I still got fluid in my tank, so I need to get this fluid out of here. So just going to pop the pump off. Let all that fluid drain out of there. Alright, so we got the factory windshield wiper reservoir out. Here it is. This is a fitting that comes with the methanol kit, and this is the low methanol sensor. So those two have been installed into the factory windshield wiper fluid reservoir, and then the factory pump, which was here, and the factory sensor, which was here, I've transferred over to the new reservoir that comes with the kit. So just using a step bit on a drill, go nice and slow through the bottom here until you get the hole that's just the right size to push this grommet through for the pump. Same thing on the side over here is where I put the low fluid sensor. So when I'm low on wiper fluid, this is still going to trip the light on the dashboard. And then here at the top, I've used a 11/32 bit to make a hole, and then applied some silicone to the threads, and then threaded in the fitting, which will bring in the fluid from this smaller reservoir, which is going to be mounted above it somewhere, and then a hose will just connect from this down to this fitting right here. The kit also does not come with any sort of bracket to mount this reservoir to, so I found another piece of steel in my garage. I'm going to show you what shape it is here. It's shaped kind of like that, and then I gave it a bend like that, put it in the vise and bent it. So it lines up. I drilled two holes with self-tappers right there, which will mount directly to the frame rail of the car. And then this sits kind of diagonal. You can see it from the top. Kind of follows the line of the headlight. I had to readjust it a couple times because when test fitting the bumper, it was getting in the way of the bumper going on all the way but I was able to find a sweet spot for it so that the bumper fits, and then that daytime running light housing goes right underneath the bottom. Alright, so we got the factory tank modified to accept the outlet fitting that comes with the ALKY kit, as well as the low alcohol sensor warning. And then the factory washer pump has been moved here, and then the factory washer pump low fluid light has been moved here. I also installed the fitting at the top of this tank, and this will run to the smaller reservoir here, which will be mounted somewhere up inside the engine bay. And then there's a ground wire that needs to come off of this low alcohol sensor, so just like on the other side, there's a nice little screw right up in there that can be used to ground it out. The bracket I used was kind of like the other side. It's just a flat piece of steel that I bent at about a 60-degree angle right there. So the bracket comes off straight this way and then angles this way and comes like that to be able to hold the tank. This is a 2015 Taurus. I know I watched some, or looked at some pictures online of guys that had done this in the past and mounted the tank here, and they were mounting it here. But I don't know if the headlight's different after 2013 because it has this big plastic piece here now. So mounting this tank right here doesn't work anymore because this tank is too wide and it sticks out past where the bumper sits. So it doesn't allow you to put the bumper back on. So I made this bracket, got this thing up as far as I could go because the factory, the daytime running light piece right there at the bottom of the bumper, that slides just under here. So there's just barely enough room for it to fit. So if you're doing this on one that's a maybe 14, 15, 16, 17, or 18 Taurus, you may have the same problem where you have this plastic here on the light and you can't put this tank right here. But anyways, just be creative with the bracket and put it like this. I'll kind of show you the angle that I got with it, like that. And with the bumper on, it took a couple test fits, but that light slides right underneath, and then this sits right against the inside of the bumper. So it's a real nice tight fit. It takes a little bit of finessing to push the bumper on to get it to lock into these clips here, but other than that, it's not too bad. So I got this line run. This is the feed line into the pump. This just connects into the fitting that comes with the ALKY kit. I have it running underneath here. It's going underneath there. I haven't finished zip tying it yet, but it runs over here to the inlet side of the pump. So next we're going to be installing the feed line out of the pump, which is going to run from there up into the engine bay and then into the nozzle, which is here. So I did that last night as well. I got the nozzle mounted on the underside of the inlet pipe. It's at a slight angle, so it's kind of spraying towards the throttle body and not just straight up. And it is slightly after the map sensor right there. So try to catch it on the inside. That's what it looks like. So this thing is ready to accept the feed line, so that's what we're going to do next. Alright, so we got the feed line run. It's going to connect to the nozzle here, which I have attached to the bottom of the intake tube right after the map sensor and before the throttle body. It runs over here. It's going to run underneath this black plastic piece right here. I'll probably zip tie it to some of this wiring that's down here to kind of hide it when you're standing here. The kit also comes with I believe this is either a filter or a check valve. I think it might be a check valve, but it's got an arrow on it pointing that way, so meaning flow of methanol is coming from the pump to the nozzle there. And then this hose, there was just enough room, you can see the daylight through there, just enough room for me to push the end of the line underneath the air intake, so I didn't have to remove the air intake to do this. Push it underneath, and then with the bumper off over here on the driver's side, you've got just enough room to kind of stick your hand up in here and grab the end of that line. And then as you can see, it's running down. I have it zip tied to the frame there, and then it runs down and then connects to the outlet of the pump. So next is going to be the wiring. This is pretty much all of the lines and mounting and fabrication that has to be done with this kit. The rest from here is pretty much just wiring. So let's get into that next.